Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today I'm going to read a couple poems from Edgar Allan Poe. It shall be two poems: The Haunted Palace and The Conqueror Wurm. But with that being the case, let's jump into it. The Haunted Palace. In the greenest of our valleys, by good angels tenanted, once a fair and stately palace, radiant palace, reared its head. In the monarch thought's dominion, it stood there. Never seraph spread opinion over fabric half so fair. Banners yellow, glorious golden, on its roof did float and flow. All this, was in the olden time long ago. And every gentle air that dallied in that sweet day, along the ramparts, plumed and pallid, a winged odor went away. Wanderers in that happy valley, through two luminous windows saw spirits moving musically to a lute's well-tuned law. Round about a throne there, sitting Porphyrogene, in state his glory well befitting, the ruler of the realm was seen. And all with pearl and ruby glowing was the fair palace door, through which came flowing, and sparkling evermore, a troop of echoes whose sweet duty was but to sing to voices of surpassing beauty the wit and wisdom of their king. But evil things in robes of sorrow assailed the monarch's high estate. Ah, let us mourn, for never sorrow shall dawn upon him desolate. And round about his home the glory that blushed and bloomed is but a dim remembered story of the old time entombed. And travelers now within that valley, through the red litten windows see vast forms that move fantastically to a discordant melody. While like a ghastly rapid river through the pale door, a hideous rush out forever and laugh, but smile no more. So yeah, that was The Haunted Palace. Now let's look at The Conqueror Wurm. Lo! 'Tis a gala night within the lonesome latter years, an angel throng bewinged, bedight in bells and drowned in tears, sit in a theater to see a play of hopes and fears. while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes in the form of God on high mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly, mere puppets they, who come and go, at bidding of vast formless things that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings, invisible woe. That motley drama, oh, be sure it shall not be forgot, with its phantom chased forevermore by crowd that sees it not. Through a circle that ever returneth in to the same self-spot, and much of the madness and more of sin and horror the soul of the plot. But see, amid the mimic rout, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that writhes from out the scenic solitude. It writhes, with mortal pangs. The mimes become its food, and seraphs sob at vermin fangs, in human gore imbued. Out! Out are the lights! Out all! And over each quivering form, the curtain, a funeral pall, comes down with the rush of a storm, while the angels, all pallid and wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm that the play is the magic, is the tragedy. Man and its hero, the Conqueror Wurm. So yeah, that ends that. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and look at the poems and see if we can break these down. The Haunted Palace. It's a pretty good tale of talking of a, well, palace. Talking about it was great, majestic. So many grand sights to see at the height of its strength. At the heights of its influence. And being there, or even seeing it from the outside, was something great. But it talks of, says, even with all this greatness, there is evil afoot. Evil things in robes of sorrow assailed the monarch's high estate. Ah, let us mourn, for never sorrow shall dawn upon him desolate. And round about his home the glory that blushed and bloomed is but a dim remembered story of the old time entombed. So even though this evil ended up being the fall of the palace, the fall of the kingdom, the glory of the place shall be remembered. Because even in its deserted state, it's still, there's so much astonishment to come across it. So yeah. It's interesting. Now, the Conqueror Wurm. Evidently, there's a great thing going on. Performance. You know, a greatness. But with all the life and everything that's happening, flapping from out their condor's wings in visible woe, trouble's coming. And no one ever quite figures it out. Because in comes this great worm. And devours so many people. The moms become its food, and seraphs sob at vermin fangs, inhuman gore imbued. So, yeah, it's got fangs that have the insides of people on it. The blood, the gore. Yeah. So yeah. And you know, the entertainment, the plays and everything, it becomes a tragedy. Whereas before it seemed, oh, this is a friendly, nice little play. But yeah. So yeah, this episode's a short little one. I just figured I'd read a couple poems there since I was having trouble finding what to read. Like I said, I've kind of gone through a lot of the stuff Poe has. Because a lot of the other stuff's not necessarily cosmic horror or mysterious. But yeah. Because not all Poe's work was. The award for the best, is it Western? I think it's Western. Is named after Poe. So while he's known a lot for these horror stories, he's also big on other genres. But with that, as always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.